Hi, welcome to the Taco Podcast. My name's Will.
I'm Crystal.
Welcome everybody back. I know it's been a while since you've seen my lovely wife. We thought today we would give you an update on where the Taco Podcast is at, how Crystal is enjoying her new employment, and where we are, as a family. In our middle class existence, if you can call it that. Because, again, we're still not rich. I think I forgot to buy lottery tickets again, so I don't even have that option for this week to win the lottery. So, take it away.
It's not happening. Hey, everybody. So, I guess we're just doing a little update, letting you know what's been going on with me. Will had gotten some emails, people asking what was up. So, on a super brief, for those who don't have a whole lot of time to watch the update, I am loving the new job, but it doesn't leave me a whole lot of time for my hobby of streaming. I also forgot to buy a lottery ticket, so this is just what we do now. Yeah.
We should probably start like a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of, our kitten, so many things. My daughter said she was going to start a GoFundMe because, I don't know if we told you or not, but, we have cats that just show up, and they're like, yeah, I live here now, so feed me.
Well, that's what happens when you put out 90 bowls of food.
He exaggerates.
You attract 90 cats.
Anyway, so I come on downstairs one day, and there's a cat sleeping in my potpourri bowl. I'm like, who are you? And the cat was just like, oh, hey. And then she goes back to sleep. So this cat just...
No care at all in the world.
Yeah, just decides she lives here, right? Well,
I should probably explain. We have a cat door on the back of our house, so they can just come and go whenever they wanted. So some of them would just come into the dining room and hop up on the table into the potpourri bowl and just say, hey, I live here now. Why are you here?
Yeah, so this cat decided that she lived in our house. She started bossing all the other neighborhood cats around.
Yep.
Whatever. Anyways, turns out this cat...
I think she was actually... Somebody abandoned her locally.
Oh, yeah. She was...
Because nobody had ever seen the cat. I asked around everybody in our community around here. Nobody had ever seen the cat before.
She was clearly someone's pet because she asks you to pet her belly, and it's not a trap.
Yeah.
She'll just let you pet her belly, and she loves it.
Rolls over on her back, and she's kind of like,
and that's not something I've ever seen a feral cat do. Anyways, so she showed up. She decided she lived at our house. Turns out she was pregnant.
Yep.
So 3 kittens later, we decided to keep one because she's adorable, and she loves Will. I was like,
I'm a lovely person.
I get a cuddle kitty now. I get a kitty that's going to snuggle me. Nah, she'll want nothing to do with me, but she's all about this guy. Hey, on the other hand, she also thinks that he is a combination toy and scratching post, so she'll just launch herself at him.
This is true.
Yeah.
I could be sitting eating breakfast, and all of a sudden this cat just jumps at me.
So we found a home for 2 of the kittens. We decided to keep one of the kittens. We make an appointment to get cat fixed. We can't get her fixed until after she's done nursing. And she's still nursing, and she's still nursing, and the other cats have found homes, and I'm gotten to the point where I'm grabbing the kitten, and I'm like, stop. She manages to get out one day. She gets out for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes total. I find her in the neighbor's yard, or driveway. Turns out she's pregnant again. Great. So now we got more kittens. 2 days after my son's birthday, she has to have an emergency C-section for these kittens. Upside, she is now fixed. They did that while they were in there. Downside, we've got some of the most expensive kittens now because that surgery cost us $3,500 for the emergency C-section.
Yep.
So, wow. Cats are expensive.
And everybody wonders why I'm losing my effing mind.
So, yeah, my daughter was like, I need to make a GoFundMe. I can't afford this. I'm like, I can't afford this either.
You can't? Well, none of us can.
Like, yeah.
I didn't have $3,500 just sitting in my bank account going,
yeah.
What should I spend this on? I know. 4 more kittens.
4 more kittens sounds
That's
great.
what I would love to spend it on.
On the other hand, those 4 kittens are so adorable. They're so cute.
They will all be found, find homes. We'll make sure of that. No, and they're not going to stay here. No, because if we keep one from this litter, it's going to love me more. Hello, cats just love me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we're all a little crazy, but at the same time, we're here. I tell you, look at me. Don't pet me. Whatever you do, don't pet me. Anyways.
So that was something that happened. Speaking of GoFundMe, because our daughter was like,
we're just joking. We can make payments on it. We'll get it taken care of. But anyways,
it pinches the budget.
It does.
Punches the budget a lot.
It does quite a bit.
So my new job, I know I didn't talk about it a whole lot. So I was working doing COVID patient tracing for a while there, and I think we talked about that at some point in time. Maybe not entirely sure. Anyways, I was doing COVID patient tracing, helping with studying antibody levels in patients infected versus non, vaccinated versus non. So I was doing that for a while, and then when that study ended, I started working doing as an industrial hygiene technician.
For the U.S. government, it's a subcontractor she's working with.
So essentially what my job entails is it's a little bit of, it's kind of a two-pronged thing. First off, it will be making sure that areas are safe for people to work, go in and do environmental monitoring for all kinds of things. Are there any contaminants? Is it too bright? Because if it's too bright, sometimes it distracts people. It can cause migraines. Is it too dark? People can't work when it's too dark. You go to Titan and accidents can happen. So contaminants. Is it too hot? And then another prong of the job is actually monitoring people while they're working in harsh conditions. So, say Will here is a contractor and he's a steam fitter and he's going to go do some pipe work. My job.
Can it be cold and dark? Because I'm totally down for that.
I mean, me too, but that's not where he's working. He's going to be working in confined spaces.
Yeah.
It's hot. So my job is, before he goes in to do that, I'm like, okay, here's a monitor. I'm monitoring his oxygen, his
we're just using
temperature.
this as an example. I really do not work where she does.
Yeah, he does not work there.
We're just giving you an example. Yeah. I want to make sure everybody's clear of that. We joke about, I'll work where it's dark and cold. I mean, that's just totally what I'm cool with. But, and I'm not going to be working in confined spaces. So, overall, how do you think the training for your new job is gone? And I know this is a completely separate, line of work than you've ever worked in. I mean, in the 25 years we've been together, you've always worked in the medical field.
It's been all lab all the time, baby.
And now, you're working in a completely completely different environment and everything else.
There are some crossovers to lab, though. So I'm using instruments. I'm using analyzers. Most of them are handheld. They're not the analyzers I'm familiar with, but they're handheld real-time analyzers where, again, say you're in a confined space. I've got some, and I'm like, okay, the oxygen levels, you got to come out, Real-time data right there is what I'm using.
Well, you're a data-driven individual, very analytically, mindset.
Thank you.
So,
but
I guess it plays into your strengths.
Yes, and I do have a background with regulatory compliance.
Yeah, I know.
Working in a laboratory, I've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
A
lot more than the average person who works in a medical laboratory would have. You have an advanced, education in certain areas.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience.
And that probably definitely plays and it helps into your new position where you're working now.
Yeah, I took pride in running an inspection-ready laboratory. At any point in time, anybody could come into my department in the laboratory, and all of my employees were inspection-ready. They could answer all of the questions. Our instruments were clean. I took pride in that, which is something that translates well to this new position.
I don't think everybody would understand what those are, but we'll just move ahead.
When the people who tell us how to do our jobs walk in and are like, hey, do you know how to do your job? Most people panic. My people were like, yes, we do.
All right. So, you're back to work full time,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to the 7 months of unemployment.
Yeah. They're 10-hour shifts, so I
which
get
kind of sucked.
Yeah, the 7.
Extraordinarily sucked.
Yeah.
But
not a fan.
your new job, you don't have to with this position right now until you get done with the training phase and everything else, and you get on a stable schedule. It's kind of hard for you to stream or to do a whole lot, of having extra time when you would normally would have done.
Yeah. So my schedule was bouncing around a little bit when I first started, and then I got a steady schedule, but I have to get up really early. And
For
then,
you, for you, it's a
For
good it's a good
anybody.
4 hours before you've ever woken up.
For anybody, it's really
No, it's
early.
not. I'm up anyways.
You're not normal.
Well, that's true. I am not normal.
Mhm.
But we've all agreed to that already. I'm going insane, and I'm not normal.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So anyways, yeah, I gotta get up super early, and I'm usually really tired by the time I get home, so I can't stream before work, and I'm usually just too tired to stream after work. And then on the weekends, because Will's home all week long, during the weekends is Will's fun time, or
For
actually
now.
what usually happens is Will's working time,
for now,
because dude doesn't take fun time.
I mean, my schedule's changed, some as well. So
Yeah, and you just can't.
work is work. I mean, we have to do what we have to do to survive.
Mhm. And you
Yeah.
just can't stream with little guy in the house, because the minute he hears that you're playing a video game, he's going to want to be right there.
I'm not playing a video game.
I was talking about me.
Oh, I was like, yeah.
streaming.
I mean, for you. I mean, for me, all I have to do is just be silent for a minute, and have my laptop open, trying to edit something, and he's just right there. The 6-year-olds don't have a lot of boundaries yet. Well, at least ours doesn't. Ours is like, you want to play right now, don't you? And he's trying to multitask 5 different things at the same time. And there's usually like a strawberry or a cheese pizza involved somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
He's very opinionated, too. Will and I were having a disagreement, a fundamental disagreement on an ideological position upon which each of us had I wouldn't say diametrically opposed, but we were both of significantly differing opinions. Little dude comes
You were
up.
wrong. I remember it. You were wrong. I was right. You were wrong. And little man, decided that he was going to be,
It was
Switzerland.
actually super cute. So we're sitting there talking, and William comes up and
No talk.
yeah, he puts one hand on my mouth, one hand on his, and goes, "No daddy voice, no mommy voice, no talk."
No talk. No talk. No voice.
I'm like, well,
Oh,
all
all
right.
right. Guess this conversation's over with.
Meh,
I mean, he's too cute.
so adorable. Anyways, so that's what I've been up to. I got the new job. I am still in training. The training package for this job takes a long time. But I like it. It's new, but it's close enough to what I did before that I feel comfortable working in the space. I just need to get comfortable with the analyzers, and I do feel really good about working in a place that and working in a one of the things I really like about this job, because I was offered a lab position with another government contractor shortly after I accepted this job, and I gave it some serious consideration, because lab has always been my home. I decided to remain at this position rather than taking the lab position, because I really like the idea of knowing every day when I come home from work that I have helped to keep someone safe. And you know that you do that in the lab,
But you get to see it firsthand.
I get to see it, right? Like I
Yeah.
get to see the people I'm
Actual
helping.
practicing, of what you're actually learning and what you're putting it forth, and actually seeing that it's making a difference.
Yeah, when I put out a CBC in a clinical laboratory, I know that I've helped somebody, that I'm helping drive someone's care, and that someone is going to be getting the best care they can because of my results are good. If a result comes out of my department, or like I send out quality work, and I know somebody is going to be helped because of what I've done, right? but I don't see that person. Like, you know it here, but you don't necessarily know it here. Whereas, the job I'm going to be doing, I'm going to get to see, be like, this guy gets to go home to his family today because I did a good job at what I do.
So how else has life been since last time? You haven't done a podcast episode since March.
No.
Has anything else in your life changed? Anything up and down? Have you crashed your car, burned down your house? Anything tragic happened to you since March?
Well, I feel like if any of those things happened,
well, they don't know. They're just tuning in and they're like, "Hey, where have you gone? You've forsaken us." So, all right. So you haven't had any massive tragedies. Have you had any other positives that have happened? Middle of the road. How do you feel about taxes and the gas prices shooting up? Since you're traveling so far one way every day to work.
That is too heavy for this podcast. Woo!
Well, just briefly, what do you think about gas prices? Oh my God, the silence.
I had to pay almost $100 to gas my car up the other day, and I thought I was going to die.
It's $135 to fill up my truck. Yeah, you want to talk about pain? That's pain. But I mean, it was 96 before the gas prices went.
So we're slowly working on getting my Volkswagen back up and running.
It's not.
So I can drive that.
It's not coming. It's not going to happen.
Anyways, happy vibes. We're here for happy vibes.
Are we here for happy vibes, or we want to tell people the truth?
We're here for
you can be
vibes.
delusional, but it's been 8 years since he took it apart. He's not going to come in and put it back together.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Okay. You want to believe that? We'll just go with that. So the gas prices suck. Taxes are suck. But we're trying to make a go of it in our, I guess we're middle class existence here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's up and downs. It's summertime, so little man is home from school every day, and that's a challenge within itself.
Yeah, a lot of his favorite activities aren't going on.
It's in having autism and being home, and we have the skills. We know him a lot better than the school system does, but we're not exactly giving him the instruction that they want and in the way that they wanted it. So I'm trying to work it in, so in a way where he's not going to slide backwards while it's the summer vacation.
Yeah.
But anything else?
No, I'd say that's about it.
All right. I want to talk about our lives in such a way that it's like this is really our lives. We work and we have no time for anything extra. We struggle. We have to pay bills. We don't like the fact that the gas prices are forcing us to have to, make other decisions on what money we would have spent on something else is now going to our gas tank. That's our life. Say goodbye to everybody.
I don't know, but I did tell Will that I would try to do an update at least once a month.
So once a month.
Titties.
Bye.